you're thinking about coming to the mother city, you want to come to South Africa, I'm going to tell you what to expect when you come to South Africa. Sisters, how y'all feeling? Brothers, y'all alright? It's Kezia, also known as Nambuso, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about what to expect when you come to South Africa. Let's get into it. Okay, before I discuss anything, I want to make sure that you know what to expect when you come to South Africa is to make sure that you greet. South Africans are big on greetings. So, if you're coming, if you want to say a greeting in Xhosa, you can say Molo Sisi or Unjani or Sobonani, Unjani Wena. You can, if you are confused about the pronunciation, you can just say hello, good morning, good afternoon, etc. But make sure to greet, okay? I know it seems, you know, good home training, but a lot of people like overlook that. And the conversation doesn't even start until so make sure you greet. Okay, so now you're made it to South Africa and you're wondering, how am I going to get around? What is the transportation like? Okay, so you can take taxis, you can call an Uber, you can hire a car, but first let's talk about the taxis, okay? Okay guys, so let me tell you about my first taxi experience here in South Africa. Okay, so I was just like overwhelmed with the welcoming and with the hospitality of South Africans. When I got into the taxi, people were giving me money. So I was like, oh man, these people are so nice. I was like, oh no, thank you, I got the money. And they were like, you know, trying to keep giving me the money. I did not know that I was responsible for giving the money to the driver. I was thinking, wow, these people, they're so nice. They're giving me money for my taxi fare. You know, I already thought that they were actually trying to give me money to pay for the taxi. So if you ever ride in the taxi and you're sitting close to the driver, you are responsible for passing the money up to the driver, because you need to make sure if they're 1 rand short, it's going to be a problem, okay? So, but I was like, oh man, these people are so nice. They like just giving me money. But yeah, so that was a learning experience for me. Okay, so another option that I mentioned was Uber. You can also take an Uber. Uber is really affordable means of transportation to take around the city. But if you hire a car, I suggest that you keep some small change in your vehicle. Okay, so when you park, there's usually, you know, some homeless people who like have vests on, who are gonna watch your car, who are gonna assist you in parking. Listen, these people, they like, you could be getting ready to park and you won't even see them. They just pop out from anywhere, but they're gonna watch your vehicle for you. And then when you come out, you can give them, you know, any small money that you have on you or any small money that you have in the vehicle, and they really, really appreciate it. That's something that's very different from in the States. We don't really have like parking attendants like that, but here, when you're parking, especially like if you're in the city, you're doing like parallel parking in like very touristy areas, you'll find them, they'll pop out, and just make sure you have a little small change to give. They always appreciate it. The means of transportation is the My City Bus. You can purchase a card, and the My City Bus goes all around the city. So it is also a great option for transportation. Major concern of people when they travel, when they come to South Africa, is safety. Okay, what to expect in South Africa is pretty much what you can expect in any big city, any areas. You have to be vigilant. You need to make sure that you are aware of your surroundings. Like, don't be looking lost. Don't be having your phone out. You know, it's just be aware of your surroundings. Be vigilant. And I have lived here for 5 years. I haven't had any type of incident as far as safety. I've not saying that it doesn't happen, but personally, I haven't had any incidents. So all I'm saying is be wise, be vigilant, and you won't have any problems here. Good thing in regards to safety is here in South Africa, they also have the street security on each street, where if you're getting lost or you need directions, they have people on the street to guide you in that manner. Also, they have security patrolling, some on horses, some in cars, so you always feel like there's a presence around, like secure, safety, and that gives me a good sense of relief, you know, if I'm ever feeling like there's danger, you know, close by. You know that you will always have someone near to report to or to get help with. One of the main things you can expect to get here in South Africa is you expect to get educated on the history, on the culture, especially if you decide to go to, say, Robben Island or the Nelson Mandela Museum. If you go to Soweto, just be ready to get educated on the history, to get rid of all of the things they told us about Africa, South Africa. Be ready to be wowed, be ready to be wooed, be ready to be informed on the misinformation that we grew up with or that we may have gotten in our early years. Get ready to unlearn and to learn the truth about this beautiful country, the history, and everything that it has to offer. Next, we're going to talk about food. All right, this is one of my favorite subjects. All right, guys, let's talk about food here. They have farmers markets, they have all types of fresh fruits and vegetables here. The food does not have as many preservatives as in the States or in the UK, but what I notice more is like the availability of healthy choices here. I love to go to Food Lovers. They have salad bars, they have a sushi bar. I love to go to Checkers. They have like some of the best fruits and vegetables there as well, besides the farmers market. What I noticed here is that because the food doesn't have all of the bad stuff, GMOs, the preservatives, the food, like bread, say I buy a loaf of bread here. Bread is only gonna last about a week because it's nice and fresh with no preservatives. In the States, bread can last up to 3 to 4 months. Bread can last 3 to 4 weeks, not months. Weeks, I meant. But still, that's a long time for if something's supposed to be fresh. It's not supposed to be lasting three weeks to a month, which is not normal. It's really not normal. But here you get all your choices of grocery stores. They have all types of restaurants that you can choose from. You really spoiled for choice here. They have every single type of food that you can think of. What to expect when you come to South Africa? Expect to dine well, baby, because the food is delicious. Another thing that you can expect when you come to South Africa is good customer service, okay? You know, it's not like when you're in the States, you know, maybe you're going through the drive-thru and they're like, yeah, go ahead. No greeting or nothing. Here, you can expect some good customer service. You are coming from the US or the UK, expect your money to go further here in South Africa. The dollar does me well here, and the euro will do you well as well. But expect for your money to go a lot further here in South Africa. Thing that I was really shocked by is the fact that South Africans really are well informed about what's going on in the United States. They're really well informed on the news, on the social issues. So media imperialism is a thing here, because in the US, we may see some information about South Africa, but it's going to be like on the little scroll below. We maybe have to read it, or at the national news level. But South Africans know a lot about the Black American culture. They know about what the local goings on in the US. So I really was impressed and really shocked by the fact that they know so much of the information that's going on as far as like what our media shows in the United States. Okay, another thing that you can expect is the entertainment. There's so much to see and do here, so expect that your schedule will be full, okay? Because man, I was here when I first came here. I was here for 3 months. I went to the Garden Route, I went to Joburg, I spent my time volunteering in Muizenberg. I mean, and the time just flew by because there was so much to see and do. Expect to be entertained, expect to go and experience the safaris, go to the elephant reservation, go to the giraffe park, go see all of the wildlife and beauty of nature here in South Africa. It's just, expect not to be bored. Expect to have a full schedule and just expect to have a grand time here in South Africa. Another thing to expect is good music. Okay, what I was shocked about when I got here was how on point, like South Africans, they really love R&B's 90s music, of course Amapiano, and they have some great gospel music here. You can expect to get down with the get down when you get here. You are not going to be lacking on the good music when you come to South Africa. The thing that you need to know when you're coming to South Africa is that the weather conditions are different than you may be used to, okay? So now we are in July and it is wintertime here, okay? So in the United States, it's the summer, here it's the winter. Make sure when you are planning your trip to South Africa or your stay here that you realize that the weather is different. It's like flipped depending on where you're coming from and what time of year you arrive here. Speaking of weather, this winter has been one for the books. It's been so cold and rainy here in Cape Town, but today it's a beautiful day. Global warming is real, okay? This year's winter, Joburg had snow, they had an earthquake. In Durban, there was flooding, they had tornadoes. So just be aware of the possible conditions that may arise when you come to South Africa. But most of the time, especially in the summertime, the weather here is just kiss. You're gonna love it. Okay, another thing to expect when you come to South Africa, if you would like to worship or your particular faith, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, whatever you have, they have somewhere for you to worship. Here, if you're a Muslim, they have beautiful mosques in Vocab. They have mosques really all around the city that you can go and visit. If you are a Christian, there are a plethora of churches to visit. There's a church actually right across the street from the Green Market Square. There's churches all by Mandela Roads. You just have your pick of places to worship. So if that's something that you desire to do when you come here to South Africa, actually when I first got here, I was invited by the principal of the school that I was working with to her church. And that's when I was like, man, this gospel, these jamming, okay? The only thing was I wasn't used to like the length of the church, but I had a great time worshiping there. So no matter your faith, if you desire to attend church or to go to the mosque to pray, you have your choices here. As another thing you can expect is the unexpected. When I came here, I had no clue of the beauty of South Africa. I had no clue of the hospitality of the South African people. I mean, I was so overwhelmed, so overjoyed to be here, to put my feet on the continent, and just to be able to see all of God's creations, God's beauty here. So expect the unexpected when you come to South Africa. Family, I didn't want this video to be too long, but I did want it to be informative because some of the questions that I get about, you know, everyday life here in South Africa, I wanted to make sure I covered all those areas. But I so appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video in its entirety. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Miracles and blessings. Until next time.
So